Let's bring in investigative reporter Gabe Kaminsky and the King's Firm founder Jillian Anderson. Thank you both for coming on. So Joy Reid said this on MSNBC after the debate, or the news conference. Watch.
It gave President Biden an opportunity to be normal. A lot of this struck me as just very normal. And I think that is something that he needed. This was President Biden as the longtime policy wonk.
It just feels to me, Jillian, like you can see the news media's rehabilitation project kind of ginning up again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if you ever didn't think that the liberal media was in lockstep with the DNC and the Democrats in the White House, I mean, now here's your proof. I mean, they're calling this normal, but we saw him refer to President Trump as his vice president, and we saw him refer to Zelensky as Putin. We all watched the same press conference, and unfortunately, she's right. This is normal for President Biden.
Yeah, Gabe Kaminsky, here's Paul Begala on CNN. Watch.
I saw substantive mastery. I mean, my goodness, it was a tour de force and a tour of the world. We talk a lot, of course, about NATO and Ukraine, but about China, about Israel, Gaza. He seemed to have the substance really at his command.
I mean, a tour de force, right? You'd think this was Roosevelt's Day of Infamy speech, the way that Paul Begala describes this.
A tour de force, Trace, of the President of the United States referring to his vice president as the former president, Donald Trump. I mean, look, This performance by Joe Biden was a continuation of what we've seen at the debate, before the debate, and after it. He is, as you've seen, the liberal media, Joy Reid's interpretation there, I don't think that's necessarily the norm of what we're seeing, but it's certainly what the progressive left is trying to spin.
Meantime, you got Biden, the former Biden-Harris 2020 senior campaign advisor Ashley Etienne on CNN as well. She said the following.
I thought the president was incredibly strong. He was very forceful, deep on the substance in terms of foreign policy and domestic policy. Today's performance was incredibly strong. It bolsters his point that he had a bad debate night. We've now seen him in a press conference, an interview, and at rallies, and he seems a bit incredibly strong.
I'm just guessing here, Jillian, but it just sounds like she thought that the president was incredibly strong. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that the liberal media has completely lost all credibility. We saw them cover up for Joe Biden for years and then turn on a dime after the debate, CNN included, saying he should step down, her network included. And then, we saw him call it gaffes, then we saw him call him to step down, and now we're seeing him say, oh, this is okay, he's very strong, he's a strong leader. They've gone back and forth, and all the while had talked about his dementia, he needs to step down, he's too old. Well, they've lost all credibility, because we know that they've been covering for years, and now they're doing it again.
Is it credibility, or is the gaslighting starting all over again, Gabe?
I would say gaslighting. For years, conservative media, places I work like the Washington Examiner, places like the Daily Caller, have been covering Joe Biden's various gaffes, and now it is actually politically advantageous and safe, actually, in left-of-center media to criticize the president. So I would say it's gaslighting of the highest form.
Yeah. Gabe Kaminsky, Jillian Anderson, thank you both. Meantime, as more Democrat lawmakers call for